isn't touched. I want to touch it the right way is what I'm trying to say. So let's get busy with it.
An 82-year-old man named Mayo was arrested by the FBI in an elaborate scam that netted him over $800,000 in cash. Mayo would take real PSA holders and put inferior or counterfeit cards in them and sell them to customers as though they were real.
I think that Will Greer right now is about 4 times better of an investment than Kyler Murray. So right now,
no, feel it, right from the bench. Feel it.
That's great. Thank you everyone for support. See the deal. There. True RPA.
All right, it's not done yet. I gotta get him more cash.
Yeah, we need a
We're giving him 6,100 and the Joey B. Is Trey Lance a buy?
It's gotta be a buy.
I mean, we'll find out one way.
Supply and demand. Look, what I would encourage you is if you're going to list a card, especially more rare cards, but even like it's a Victor, PSA 10, but even like it's a Victor,
Because I have crazy stuff that you guys have not seen yet. Come look at this. This guy right here, he's coming back. I picked this card up in Miami this past week. I drove all the way from Tampa to Miami, 4 hours. Long drive, but very worth it. Trey Lance, National Treasures, 2 out of 2. This is a monster card.
Card content is brand new. It's not something that exists in the 80s, 90s, 2000s. This is a 2020 and on thing. And this is a 5-video series on how the hobby has changed so much in just the past 5 years. In episode 1, we went over prices. Just back in 2018, a box of Prism, you can go to the hobby, you can go to your local card shop and buy it for $150. Today, you go to your card shop and buy the 2024 Prism, the new Prism, and it's going to cost you $900. So it just dramatically changed. PSA, grading, and the demand for grading, how it's become a requirement, that was episode 2, and just their numbers have gone through the roof in amount of cards graded per year. And so the first 2 videos was very easy to see with numbers. In this video, it's easier to see based off the content everywhere. And so again, YouTube content started basically in 2020. And channels blew up in 2020, 2021, maybe even 2022. TikTok, Whatnot was not a thing. Live streaming on Whatnot or places like Fanatics Live, Instagram. People are creating content on all sorts of platforms. And again, it just didn't exist prior to 2020. We're going to use that as the cutoff. Before 2020, you maybe were on blowout forums, a small group, or really in the weeds, in the cards. Or it was at your local card shop or with a buddy. Now you have views from all over the world. You have takes from breakers, from collectors, which I'd probably consider myself. You have takes from local card shops or business people, marketers, all sorts of content, and how we were just thrown it, a fastball right at us. I mean, it's evolved, and we're as the viewer learning so much here. What to take in, what's good information, who's genuine, who's authentic. It takes viewers time to realize. Some viewers stick with one lane, and that's the lane they're gonna follow. Like, it's hard to get someone that believes in Kurt's card care and cleaning up cards. It's really hard to get them off that view, whatever percentage that is. No matter what they see, no matter whose opinion they hear, they're probably not gonna change their views.
Nat Splat. All right, good name. I want the card to get a little bit damp. That's the key. But I'm not going to change these pads out. Here's what this process is going to be, guys. I'm going to hold this like this for as long as it takes, basically. But the point...
Again, that's a different story, but it's all based on, we can hear all the views. We are all connected in a certain way based off this content. It's interesting. It's no doubt interesting, and you cannot argue it didn't exist prior. It didn't exist in the 90s. It wasn't around in 1989 when the Ken Griffey Jr. Upper Deck card came out. The next topic I want to move into is not all content is created equal. I want to point to baseball card collector, dealer, investor. I always get the order mixed up. I bet if he could redo his name, he'd make it smaller. I almost guarantee it. I want to ask him that in the comments.
Chris Sewell here, baseball card collector, investor, dealer, in that order. And I say in that order, and that's because the order is very important to me. That's the order that I became each thing. I started off as a collector. I was a pure collector for many, many years before I ever considered investing or dealing. Later on, I started investing when I realized I could make some money doing that. And even later, I realized I could make a living doing it. And so I became a dealer. And if someone were to study my day-to-day card habits today, they would probably say I'm a dealer. But I consider myself a combination of all three things. And I suppose most people consider themselves a combination of at least two.
He is very authentic, genuine, represents true card hobby, at least from what I know it as. Very much so. I know that's not what someone knew or what it looks like now, or it still looks like that now to some, but not to others, because there's many different avenues. If you're someone setting up at card shows, if you're a breaker, if you're a flipper, yeah, his world may be, but I think he speaks the truth. He's been in it a long time. He understands it far more than maybe others. He's much more authentic. It's much more relatable. And so there's content like that. There's not a ton of ads on his stuff. There's not a ton of pumping of cards on his stuff. Where now let's look at Sports Card Dad. Sports Card Dad has tons of ads. It turned me off.
Huge thanks to our channel partners, PSA. If you have never subbed with PSA before, friends, take $25 off your first submission. SCD25 promo code at the shipping and billing screen. Tell a friend, tell all the friends who have not submitted with PSA, take advantage and get some money off. Pristine Auction, speaking of getting money off, $25 off your first auction victory over at Pristine Auction with the SCD code. SCD is the code for $25 off. Sports cards, sports memorabilia, non-sports, pop culture items, all the cool stuff over there at Pristine. And if you consign with Pristine and you tell them the Sports Card Dad sent you, they will give you a special consignment deal as well. Take advantage.
I mean, when I saw the ads in the beginning, of course you can just skip them, but no, bro, I just skipped the content. Now, that's not everyone. He still does views. He still gets his 2,000 to 4,000 views a video every day. Even pumping these ads, whether good or bad, these ads, whether he believes in the product deeply or not. And then there's people like Jeff Wilson who have just gone to max monetization. When he first started the channel, it's, hey, I'm a investor by day, and at night I'm a collector and trying to profit off the hobby, off the sports card hobby we love.
My name is Jeff Wilson. By day, I invest in tech companies. And at night, I invest in sports cards. Join me on my journey to profit from the hobby we all love.
And he was buying Lonzo Ball cards. Lonzo Ball!
So, this brings me to who I think is the single best card you could buy today. And that card is no other than Lonzo Ball. And the reason why I think Lonzo Ball's cards are so good is because Lonzo Ball is going to have a better career than Donovan Mitchell, and it puts him just slightly below Jason Tatum in terms of career potential in the upcoming years.
And hopefully he got out when he could out of this Lonzo Ball stuff, but he went from that to creating market movers, to creating separate YouTube channels, to then opening a Sports Card HQ, which I'm sure has a breaking section. And he's just max monetization. And so there's these different types of channels, and you're allowed to consume what you want, and you're allowed to hide the curtain over your eyes as you want and believe what you want, but all channels are not created equal. What are some different revenue streams? Now, obviously, we know YouTube. Yes, you can monetize YouTube, but from there, there's affiliate links. Hey, go to use this affiliate link, and basically, when you use that link and purchase, the person with the link, the creator, is going to receive a small kickback, maybe 5-10%, what you spend, what you sign up for. Maybe it's a standard fee. Affiliate links. Box placements. Sometimes you'll get handed something. The guy I'm curious is Pac-Man.
Baseball's back for 2025, and as always, we are starting the season with one of our biggest openings. We have 10K plus in boxes. Want to go absolutely crazy and swing for the fences. At the time of posting, opening day is tomorrow, so very excited for the season. And if you guys like the videos, you want to see more baseball throughout the year, like, comment, and subscribe. Press the buttons below. Free helps do more, and get you in a giveaway for a whole case of Prison Retail, manga hunting. Best of luck. Information down below in the description. But here is some baseball. Trying to do some more in the channel, and been saving up these boxes. It is finally time. Baseball is back. So we have Diamond Icons, Definitive, and Gilded. And also tonight, we have a very special singles auction. I don't have a huge baseball following compared to basketball and football. I'm trying to grow it, but if you guys like baseball cards, might be some big deals. Here's a sample of what we have tonight on Whatnot. Use the link down below for $15 off, but we have all these guys, some running $1, and many, many, many more. And some will be at the kind of back of the stream, just kind of fielding offers on. But I'll try to run as many as possible at $1, and it should be some nice deals. So here's one more stack just to show a sample. And once again, there'll be many, many more than this. So there we are. And here is the last.
Did you experience inappropriate behavior from a priest or clergy member in Nevada when you were younger?
I actually like his vibe, everything. But I'm still unclear what's going on with this channel. Is he giving this product? It's brand new release. It's expensive. Is he selling the product? It's normally oftentimes some of his stuff he opens for is for viewers. Well, did the viewer buy it or is he giving it away? I'm not often sure. I think it's a giveaway, but I'm not quite sure. I'm not always clear. I don't watch a ton of his content. It's been a while. If you know, comment below. But it's great publicity for the manufacturer, Topps, Panini, Leaf, whoever's manufacturing it. This is their brand new product. And here it is, opened for you in a fun, creative way. It's being given away. Hey, now I need to go buy this stuff. It's fun. And so there is content of all forms, but not always is it transparent. And so a box placement. The most hidden of all is a UGC, a user-generated content. I was contacted maybe 3 weeks ago by a niche sports card company where they help make things quicker for you if you're listing products. And they wanted me to do user-generated content, basically a 15 to 30 second video with a script that using their product. And I'm sure it's, hey, this is how it works, or hey, look what I can do with this product. And they offered me $250 for 10 videos. They actually told me to come up with the price. I countered back, hey, what would be a fair price? And I haven't taken it, but anyways, you don't always know what you're watching. It wasn't paid for content. It's hard to know in any space, and it definitely goes on in the sports card space, and it's hard for any of us to see, including me. I didn't even really know this was a thing up until they emailed me. I had to look into what is UGC video, user-generated content. So that's what's going on with a lot of the Whatnot ads you see from breakers or placements or other products. I don't know, a certain cool box someone is using and pumping. Well, maybe they were paid to pump it. It's hard to know. And that's in any space. But I think a lot of card viewers are very ignorant to that, including myself. Finally, I talk about what is good sports card content. I've been wondering this question for the last few years. What do we really want to see in our sports card content? It's only been around 5 years. 6 years tops. Maybe we're coming up on a 6-year anniversary of sports card content on YouTube. It's brand new. And so I still think we're figuring out between all the different lanes of watching breakers break their product and monetize it that way, or watching guys flip their product and view it that way, or watching guys collect it or run a business, give you the news, give you their hot take, call Dan the Card Man. I find his content pretty genuine, authentic. He's calling out what he finds are injustices. That's probably really good for the hobby. Sports card radio went off the deep end. They were the most entertaining and probably the closest thing to what is good sports card content, and they just took it a little bit too far to the point where I think on those lives they got paid by guys to shut up or stop talking, Ken Golden, and I could be wrong. This was never disclosed, but their stance on certain things and certain auction houses and Ken Golden went from negative, hey, we're pumping negative because we're farming because it's getting views on Ken Golden, and then all of a sudden the live comes out and they stop talking about Ken Golden and they never bring it up, even though it was creating buzz and views. But they went off the deep end. They went a little too hard, but they were the closest thing to, hey, I'm going to keep coming back watching their videos. I'm going to keep coming back watching their videos. And the bad side of that is all their stuff was negative. It was all hot take negative and diving into that pool. But that's what works often on YouTube. You know, if I title this a boring with a boring generic thumbnail, I'm going to get 100 to 200 views. If what I think's going to happen, I'm going to put a certain thumbnail and a certain title, I'm going to get a couple thousand views, knock on wood, but that's what I think is what's going to happen. You almost have to go that route to succeed or get a viewership, but then that could take you into a toxic pool, and that's what happened with Sports Card Radio. What is good? What are we looking for in our sports card content? Comment below. For me, I think it should be genuine. I think there should be some value. It should be entertaining. It should be somewhat informative. And it should keep you coming back for more. As always, thank you for watching. Look out for episode 4 in the series. Hit the like button to help spread the content, the channel, the message. Subscribe if you have not. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.
Yeah, unjustifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in, but the cream will rise to the top. Oh yeah.
What up, everybody? This is Robert Ory, aka Big Shot Bob, and you're watching Professional Sports Cards. Hey, by the way, go buy my rookie card.